As much as I hate being censored, I know that if we stop talking about this, it just feeds into the problem. And so I'm gonna keep fighting, keep talking, keep doing what I can. And yeah, hopefully with these new regulations in the law, Instagram and other platforms kind of ease up on us creators, because we're literally just trying to educate people. You know, I know there are some accounts that like to glorify overconsumption and whatnot, but the majority of us, we're just trying to educate and advocate. And hopefully we will be able to do that, but at least now we got CannaFollower where we can do that and we ain't gotta worry about nothing. So, peace and blessings, y'all. It's your girl ShadesOfSyd, new to CannaFollower. So, I've been creating cannabis content for about 7 years now. Started off when I was a bud tender back in the day, you know, trap shops, all that good shit. And I was learning so much about the plant, and all I wanted to do was share that information with the world. You know, I'm from a very small conservative town. Cannabis is not talked about at all. We barely just got some dispensaries, and it took such a fight to have those be opened in this small town that it's mind-boggling to me that they're even there now. Growing up there, not having access to cannabis and knowing the benefits that this plant has, it was so frustrating for me. You know, I'm trying to talk to people about how it can help with menstrual cycles, how it can help with anxiety, depression, and all people think about is, oh, this is a drug, it's bad. And so once I started working as a bud tender and was able to really have solid resources to present to people about this plant, it changed the game, and I started just making content. I had no idea what I was doing at first, none whatsoever, but I knew that I needed people to know about this. So I just started by doing some reviews, you know, just basic stuff. And then I created a segment called Different Strains for Different Pains. And I pretty much did product recommendations, reviews from different things that I had found at the dispensary. And yeah, from there, we just kind of grew and turned into what ShadesOfSyd is now. And so after all that, all those years, pretty much ShadesOfSyd turned into a page for advocacy, wellness, funny cannabis content, you know, because I like to add some humor into the education. Yeah, just a resource for people to go and find products that are going to help them with so many different ailments, find workout routines, stretching routines, things like that. You know, just anything that can help our bodies. Oh my gosh. The first time I made money off cannabis content was probably in 2019 at the top of the year, and I had been creating content for about 1.5 years at that point. And I was just doing it because I loved it. I was not expecting to get paid or anything, and a startup reached out to me. They were a bong cleaning company, and they reached out, asked if I could create a video for them, and they paid me $50. And at the time, you know, $50 doesn't sound like a lot, but I was so hyped because I did not think anyone would want to pay me for this. So just the fact that they offered that payment, it completely changed my perspective on what I was doing, and I realized, okay, I can potentially turn this into a career, you know, which before it was just, you know, a fun little hobby, something I was doing on the side. But that moment just really changed it for me, and it made me realize that the information I was presenting was valuable. So yeah, complete game changer. So ways I've tried to monetize and it didn't quite work out, back in, I think it was 2020, like around the pandemic, I was trying to kind of transition into more spiritual content, spiritual wellness, cannabis, just like a whole little bubble. And I created a Patreon for meditation, you know, and cannabis recommendations, meal plan recommendations, things like that. And I just knew it was gonna be so great. I was gonna make so much money. I was gonna have so many subscribers. And I got like 20, which was, it was good. You know, it was something. I made, you know, a few $100s, but it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. I thought more people would be into the more health and wellness side. But at that point in the industry, I feel like overconsumption was still being glorified. People didn't really care about the healthy stuff yet, but we're seeing the transition now. And so, yeah, this time around is gonna be different. It's gonna be different this time around because I see the changes happening in not just myself, but my peers and in the industry. We're talking about mindful consumption, being intentional when you smoke, you know, knowing about the products that you're smoking, knowing your terpenes, all of that information. So hopefully with this shift now coming in with CannaFollower and offering, you know, the services I'll be offering, it'll be much more successful this time. All right, so with CannaFollower, some of y'all know, I don't know how many of y'all know, but I am also a certified personal trainer, okay, period. And I love to exercise. I love to keep my body moving. I love to lift weights, do yoga, stretch, all of that. And so with CannaFollower, you guys will be able to come work out with me. You know, I've talked about group workout sessions in the past and like maybe doing something virtual, but I wasn't quite sure how to do that. I wasn't sure what platform I wanted to create it on. And so when CannaFollower popped up, I'm like, this is perfect because so many of y'all are so far from me and I really want to help everybody. You know, I can't be everywhere all at once, but on your phone I can. So yeah, live workout sessions, pre-recorded workout sessions, anywhere from, you know, yoga, stretching, weight training. And if you guys want one-on-one sessions, you can book that with me as well. Also, you know, product and strain recommendations. We're gonna be out here getting our strains and gains going. So,
strains and gains.
Yep. And that will be the name of my segment. I've been waiting to drop that for a while. This is the first look here. Strains and gains is coming soon. What really motivates me in this space is pretty much not seeing what I want in anyone else. You know, like I want a certain type of content, I want a certain type of vibe, a certain type of energy, and I don't see that anywhere else. And so I'm like, why not I just do it? You know, I got the talent, the skills, the mindset for it. So if I'm not seeing, you know, what I want to see, I'm just going to go create it. And so that's what keeps me going because I have yet to see someone doing exactly what I'm doing, what I'm going to do. And we need to fill that gap. Man, when it comes to these guidelines, y'all, these guidelines, man. So I just got off of a 2-month shadow ban. Like Instagram is just now starting to be a little bit nice to me. But that happens, I would say at least once a year where I get that dreaded notification of your account can't be shown to non-followers. Yeah, at least once a year. I have been very blessed. God, continue to bless me with this. I have not had any accounts disabled or banned, God. But I think that's because I try to tread really carefully. And when the shadow bans happen, I just disappear. You know, I don't try to do too much. I try to play by their rules as much as I can because as much as I hate being censored, I know that if we stop talking about this, it just feeds into the problem. And so I'm gonna keep fighting, keep talking, keep doing what I can. And yeah, hopefully with these new regulations in the law, Instagram and other platforms kind of ease up on us creators because we're literally just trying to educate people. You know, I know there are some accounts that like to glorify overconsumption and whatnot, but the majority of us, we're just trying to educate and advocate. And hopefully we will be able to do that, but at least now we got CannaFollower where we can do that and we ain't gotta worry about nothing. So, you know, I'm trying to find a good analogy to describe it. I don't know if y'all have ever seen like those videos of like cows that haven't seen grass in a while, and like they finally touch grass and they're just going crazy and they're hyped. That's what it feels like to know that we have CannaFollower now. You know, to know that I can upload without anxiety. I can upload and know that, okay, my audience is actually gonna see what I post, you know, because they're subscribed to me. It takes such a huge weight off of you, because y'all, my hands literally sweat and shake when I'm uploading to Instagram, because I'm like, oh my gosh, is this gonna be the post that does it? Like, is this gonna do well? Are they gonna get me? You never know. It's so unpredictable. And so to have a space where you just know you're safe, you can't beat it.